Hello, lovely people. I'm Emily, and this is my story. I know you've heard many stories about awful mothers-in-law, but my story is a little different. My story will give you hope that good mothers-in-law do exist in this world. While I wasn't so lucky to have a good husband, I did get an awesome mother-in-law. It was 3 years ago that I married my husband, Carl. He was my colleague in the office where I work. Carl has a charismatic personality. Naturally, people are drawn to his charm and like him immediately. I was one of those unfortunate people who fell for his charms. Back then, I was naive and easily influenced by his sweet talking. I was fresh out of a bad relationship, and being with Carl made me happy. He was a great guy with a good reputation in his office. He was a little flirty, but it wasn't overwhelming. People around him always described him as a good guy. When we went on our first date, knew he was a good guy.
I was asked if my dad left her after she became disabled. However, I am a good son and promise to take care of her. Family is very important to me.
I was glad he was family-oriented, as I was too. I love that he took care of his mother. It must be hard taking care of the entire household and balancing work life. He mentioned it's very difficult. 10 actions, but there is no other way. I do hire a caretaker for my mom. It's quite expensive, but I want the best for her. Anything to make her life a little easier. His thoughtfulness and immense love for his mother won me over in no time. I was my mom's caregiver before she passed away from cancer. So I knew exactly how taxing it might be to be responsible for another person. It just made me respect him a little more. I didn't know that he had malicious intent behind taking care of his mom. Anyway, we dated steadily for 2 years. I did have a higher income than him, but he didn't feel emasculated. He was comfortable with me earning more money, which further cemented my belief that he was the perfect boyfriend. During the 2 years we dated, I did meet his parents. His parents got divorced after his mother, Kate, became disabled from an accident. His father, Ted, didn't want to be stuck taking care of a disabled person. Kate had mobility issues and required a wheelchair at all times. She did receive disability from the government, but it didn't help. Carl had told me everything. I felt bad for Kate. And disliked Ted ever since I found out everything he had done. However, Carl was close to Ted, so I had to tolerate him anyway. Carl proposed to me shortly after I met his parents. I said yes because I thought he would be a good husband. Plus, I was in love and wanted to have a family with him. I felt bad for Kate and disliked Ted ever since I found out everything he had done. However, Carl was close to Ted, so I had to tolerate him anyway.
The caregiver and regular treatment. She gets actually take up a lot of my salary. I earn less than you. So I have little savings in my name. If you do marry me, you have to accept my financial state and my mother's responsibility.
That's okay, Carl. I know what it feels like to have someone dependent on you. Kate is such a nice person and I love her. I will have no problem living with her. She's like a mother to me.
I can understand why you like her, but living with her requires me to spend a lot of money. Are you okay with that?
Yes, Carl, I'm okay with that. I don't need any of your money. In fact, I am thinking about helping you out and taking care of your mom. It will ease the burden on you.
Really, you would do that? You don't have to, But I would really appreciate if you elfly helped a little.
Of course I would help. As I said, she is almost like my own mother. It feels good to have a parent back after so many years.
Carl kept thanking me for understanding his situation. I really meant it when I said I would take care of Kate. I would be happy to do it for him and Kate. Our wedding happened just 1 year later. He did the majority of the planning because he was busy working on a promotion. I didn't mind because I wanted him to achieve his dreams. I even paid for the majority of the wedding because I knew he had little in savings. After the wedding, Carl became an attentive and loving husband. I could see that he really cared for his mother. Kate was also extremely loving towards me. She was always pretty excited to see me and spend time with me. I saw that she doesn't have much of a connection with Carl. I found it strange but thought nothing of it. About 3 months after the wedding, Carl sat me down to talk about Kate. He said, "Emily, I was thinking about taking Mom to a new doctor. He's the best in the city and can help Mom better. But the treatment is going to be expensive. Can help me out with some money."
You said once you just transfer me the amount, it will be easier for me to complete the payments. The what?
I don't like to keep pending bills. Besides, I think I will be short on this month's money for the caregiver. Okay, Carl, just tell me the amount and I'll send it to you. If it really helps Kate, do not have any problem paying for the treatment.
Carl again thanked me a lot and promised to pay it back. I told him that there was no need for that.
Andrew Asno, I think that's me. I was wondering a while, why don't you just transfer me the amount? That will be easier for me to complete the payments.
I don't like to keep pending bills. Besides, I think I will be short on this month's money for the caregiver. Okay, Carl, just tell me the amount and I'll send it to you. If it really helps Kate, do not have any problem paying for the treatment.
Carl again thanked me a lot and promised to pay it back. I told him that there's no need for that. She is a useless person and doesn't need so much pampering. Kate will never get better, so why waste the money?
How this new treatment is gonna help, I just know it. Besides, Emily helps out a lot. So money is not that tight anymore.
Yes, Ted, we want to take care of her. Not everyone looks for something in return when they help out a loved one.
Ted just made a face and looked away. Carl also looked a little uncomfortable and changed the conversation. I thought his behavior was odd, but didn't comment on it. Also, I was a little skeptical about sending money directly to his account. I did trust him, but it just didn't make sense to me. After I started to contribute to Kate's expenses, Carl started to change. He became a little demanding with money requests and pulled all sorts of excuses. He appeared to be short of money every month. The amount was absurd, but I knew that the treatment was expensive. However, Kate wasn't showing any signs of getting better. Carl was also paying less attention to me. He came home late from work and always went straight to sleep. Helping with housework was out of the question. When I asked him about his behavior, he said, "I am working hard for a promotion. Emily, you see how long I stay in the office? I need a break. You don't have anything to do in the house, so might I I'll do the chores. You come back home earlier than me anyway. I can take care of your mom, Carl, but I can't be the only one who does everything. She is your mom. You need to step up too.
You knew what you were getting into. I remember telling you everything. You agreed to help out with Mom. There's no reason why you are complaining now.
I can take care of your mom, Carl, but I can't be the only one who does everything. She's your mom. You need to step up too.
I have been taking care of her for so long. I need a break. Since you like her so much, you can deal with her. Now leave me alone.
Stream with that, he stormed off to his game room. I was stunned by what he said. It was like he was a completely different person. That night, I cried a lot after he went to sleep. I was feeling overwhelmed and he wasn't helping at all. I blamed his work for making him this way. The new project was taxing and I knew that he was working with a lot of new hires. One of these new hires was Cherry. She's equally popular in our office as Carl. They seem to have hit it off immediately. I was slightly uncomfortable with their closeness, but I trusted my husband. I knew it was normal for him to be a little flirty, but I always thought he wasn't going to cheat. I was so wrong when I found out the truth. One day when I returned from work, Carl sat me down and told me that he had planned a vacation. I was thrilled until he told me more.
Actually, I planned this vacation with a lot of effort. I have been preparing everything for days, but we are not going on this trip together. I'm actually taking my friends with me. It will be a small get together with my bros. We're not taking our spouses.
Wait, what? It's been 2 years since we went somewhere or even had a picnic. You are planning a vacation and not even taking me with you.
How is this fair? Where are you even getting that money?
Calm down, Emily. It's been a while since I have been out with the boys. Besides, it's not your concern where the money comes from.
Carl, Emily has been looking forward to the trip. You haven't been anywhere since your honeymoon. Can't you reconsider a little?
A button to our conversation, Mom. With your treatment, I have hardly any money to go anywhere.
But I do give you my disability benefits. Plus I gave you my insurance money.
You've been giving Carl your disability grants. I didn't know about this.
Shut up, Emily. You don't have to know everything. This is between me and Mom.
For 18 years, I was so angry that I couldn't think straight. First, he tells me he's leaving me home and going on a vacation with his friends. Then, I come to know that he is taking money from Kate. My head was spinning. However, I didn't know what to say.
Beast Mom's caregiver won't be coming again. I've let her go. She was charging too much. I can't pay for that anymore.
From now on, you will be taking care of her. In the morning, she can manage on her own. Why do you think I will do as you say? Kate cannot be alone in the morning. This is ridiculous. I'm already paying so much money. Now, you want me to take care of Kate completely? I'm not qualified to do so.
Look, I don't care how you manage. You already said, she's like your own mother. I'm tired of her now.
I can have her. She's just draining me financially. Mom is pretty useless anyway.
Don't talk about her that way. She is your mom. Why are you acting so weird? You don't even spend time with me anymore.
I don't understand this. You have changed, Carl. Carl wouldn't talk to me anymore. He just left the house and didn't return till late at night. I stayed up for him and waited. However, he just got home and went straight to bed. Kate heard the entire conversation and was pretty hurt. She apologized for being a burden, but I reassured her that she wasn't one. A few days later, things returned to normal at home. Taking care of Kate was challenging, but I managed. I even started working from home to help her out. Although my relationship with Carl remained tense, it was the day before Carl's trip. I went to the office to submit a file. On my way, I encountered Cherry, who smirked at me and said, "Hey, Emily, I heard you're back to taking care of your mother-in-law." What a shame. The weather's great, and it will be a nice trip to the beach. Good thing my weekends involve more than babysitting a disabled lady. I replied, "What do you mean, Cherry? And don't think about Kate that way." She then said, "Well, whatever. See you around, Emily. Carl and I are pretty busy these days. You don't need to wait for him. I'll tell him you said hi. Bye." I didn't appreciate her tone and felt suspicious about her words. I went home without seeing Carl because I didn't want to face him. When he returned home that night, he seemed overly cheerful. The vacation appeared to be making him very happy. I discovered that he and Cherry were going on the seaside vacation together, not with his friends. I scrolled through their messages and found out that Carl had been cheating on me with Cherry for 6 months. He had even sent her money and bought her gifts with the money I had given him. I was heartbroken and didn't want to accept the truth. I quickly closed the phone, making sure Carl wouldn't notice what I had discovered. The next day, I let my emotions take over, crying and contemplating my life. Isa married a cheater, and I felt humiliated. All this time, I had hoped that Carl would return to being loving, but he was only getting worse. He was on a romantic vacation with his mistress. I cared for his mother.
Kate found me upset and crying in my bedroom. She sat me down and told me to open up to her. I said, "Carl is cheating on me, Kate. He left to have a vacation with his mistress. I found out yesterday." "Oh my God, Emily, I'm so sorry. I can't believe he did this. This is not how I raised my son. You need to do something, Emily."
What will I do, Kate? You know I have been giving him money for your treatment. Turns out he was spending that on his mistress. I feel humiliated.
You were sending him money. Why would you do that, Emily? I didn't start any new treatment.
In fact, he didn't take me to a doctor for an entire year. When we go out, he simply drives around and goes to a restaurant. He eats out with his friends and leaves me in the car. What? So he hasn't been helping you at all?
Oh, Emily, he just wants to take my money and spend it on himself. I didn't know he was also taking your money.
I'm so sorry, Emily. You have had to sacrifice a lot because of me. You need to divorce Carl. He's leeching off of you. Don't let him disrespect you like me.
Don't say that, Kate. I like taking care of you. I love you like my own mom. After meeting you, I felt like I had my mom back.
Actually, as for Carl, don't worry. I have a plan. I will wreck his life. I assured Kate that I was fine. I wasn't going to let Carl take advantage of him. I am also going to make Cherry pay for messing with my marriage. Sir, I had already taken screenshots of the proof of cheating from Carl's mobile. This trip will be the last vacation he takes in a while. The first thing I did the next day was to contact a divorce lawyer. I met with a good lawyer and gave him all the proof I had. I was also going to sue Cherry for alienation of affection. With the evidence I had, my lawyer was confident that I would win. He advised me against talking to human resources before the divorce. If Carl loses his job, he may demand alimony. My lawyer drew the divorce papers before Carl came back. But when Carl returned from his vacation, I was ready and waiting for him. Kate was also present. He looked like a deer caught in headlights. I calmly sat him down and said,
I know you've been cheating on me, Carl. I have all the proof. I have drafted divorce papers to make things easier for you.
I'm leaving you, Carl. You can go stay with your side piece.
But no, there's zero proof of my cheating. There's no way I'm signing those papers.
I have screenshots from your mobile, Carl. You cannot deny it. Plus, I have proof you were sending her money from our joint account.
You think I was dumb enough not to check that?
Emmeline, listen to me. You cannot leave. Let's talk. You need to think about it. Mom, she needs you more than me anyway.
Is who will take care of her if you leave. I can't afford to do it.
I know what you have been doing with my money, Carl. I also know that Kate has been giving you her disability grants.
She is the one who said I need to divorce you. I would have done it anyway since you've been taking advantage of me. I will take care of Kate. She's not your problem anymore.
She's right. I don't want her to stay married to a loser like you. You are even worse than your father.
But at least he didn't cheat on me. You can find somewhere else to stay. This is my house, and you are not welcome here anymore. Emily can stay if she wants to.
Gucci, special Moan, you can't do this to your son. This house will be mine when I die. I am the future owner of this place. Emily needs to move out if she leaves me.
Absolutely not. I will never give you this house. You have not only stolen from Emily, but also from me.
You say goodbye to my money as well. I will give you exactly 1 month to leave. The eviction notice is in your room.
No, you can't do this to me. Where will I go?
Carl kept begging us to forgive him. He knew he had messed up, and we had the upper hand. Additionally, he lost any extra money he was milking out of us. He even cried when I handed him the divorce papers. He was begging me to reconsider. Carl called his father, who berated me for leaving him. Kate simply took the phone and gave him an earful instead. After 1 month, Carl was forced to move in with his dad. His mistress was also becoming agitated because Carl had stopped spending money on her. Asked him for a divorce and threatened to tell his boss about the affair. He got scared and signed over the papers. However, I wasn't going to stop there. I still went ahead and sent the proof of the affair to his boss. Suffice it to say, both of them lost their jobs. Equally, I was on vacation with Kate when it happened. I missed the drama, but was glad I wouldn't have to see them anymore. I also went ahead with the alienation of affection suit against Cherry. They showed up to the hearing and looked like shit. She even begged me to withdraw the suit because she and Carl were out of jobs. I simply told her that was her punishment for messing up a marriage. And I'll stay with Kate and look after her. She will be my family even if Carl isn't. Kate has even talked about leaving the house to me. I haven't accepted, but she is adamant. I have gone back to the dating scene and been on some dates. I still haven't met the one, but I am really looking forward to the future.